Hey everybody, today on Henry's HowTos, I'm going to show you how to make Indian chicken korma. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so I'm going to be making this recipe based on 1 kilo of skinless chicken breast. Now we're going to want to cut these into small cubes like that, just about 1 to 2 centimeters big. Now, in doing so, there is many variations to this. You can use chicken fire if you prefer. That is more commonly used when making this. I'm just making more of an Australian version. We prefer to use breast here. If you don't want to do that, you can actually use full pieces of chicken. So pieces like the Maryland and drumsticks are very commonly used, and they come out very nice. So it all just comes down to personal preference. Obviously, meat off a bone is going to taste much better. Now we're going to thinly slice about 2 to 3 onions, depending on the size of your onions. So you just want them like that, not too thin, not too thick. Okay, so after you've done your onions, we just need to get some ginger. So I'm just using fresh ginger here. So if you're doing it like this, just peel the skin off your ginger. You can also buy ginger that's already crushed in the supermarket now. It does come out a bit more expensive, but if you're not going to use it that often, that might be a better option. Now, just using a grater, we just want to grate a small piece like that, so we get about 2 tablespoons worth of ginger. Okay, so just about that much is fine. Make sure you scrape the sides of your grater to get any off, you don't want to waste it. Okay, now just set a medium-sized pot on your stove to about a high heat. And we want to add about half a cup of oil. Once your oil is hot, we want to add all our onions to our pot. And just turn the heat down to a medium high. And you want to just stir through your onions so they don't burn. We just want to caramelize them. Now we'll start off with adding a tablespoon of salt, just so we can start enhancing the onion flavor. And at this point we'll add in our ginger that we grated up. And we'll also add 1 tablespoon of crushed garlic. So about the equivalent of 2 to 3 garlic cloves. So after about a minute, add in your chicken. And all we want to do to our chicken is brown the outside. So stir every couple of seconds, just so it's evenly cooking. Teaspoon of black pepper. half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of ground cloves, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, half a tablespoon of cumin powder, a tablespoon of ground coriander, half a tablespoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of ground chili. So we want to stir this all through so we can get those spices cooking. So as you can see, we've got a beautiful color coming along now. So once you have this beautiful color coming along, turn your heat down just to a low simmer. And we're gonna add 1 cup of Greek yogurt, along with half a cup of thickened cream. And gently stir this through. Okay, now we're going to add a 1/4 cup of crushed up cashew nuts. Now you can use almonds if you prefer, or even walnuts. It's completely up to you. Just comes down to personal preference. Okay, so all we need to do now is put a lid on it, and we just want to let that slowly cook. Now the total cooking time shouldn't take more than about 10 to 15 minutes. That's because we're using breast. If you're using chicken fight, it may take a little longer. You'll be looking probably 15-20 minutes. But all you want to do is every, say, 5 minutes, just open the pot, give it a quick stir. Make sure everything's evenly covered. And put the lid back on and wait. Okay, so as you can see, it's starting to thicken up. So there's probably only about 5 minutes of cooking time left in this. Now, before that 5 minutes, all we're going to do is squeeze half a lemon in. And this will give it a touch of acidity, but it goes very well. So lid back on, and in 5 minutes we'll be ready. Okay, so it's perfectly thickened up now. The chicken's perfectly cooked. If you're in doubt, just grab a big piece of chicken and cut it in half. If it's still pink, then continue to cook it, obviously. But this is perfect. So we'll just turn our heat off. And in the meantime, get your plate ready. So if you're serving rice or roti bread or naan bread, just get that all ready. Okay, so I've just served mine up with some roti bread, and that's all there is to it. Perfect hearty warm meal. Simple as that. I hope you like that, guys. Please like and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, just leave them at the bottom. And I'll see you all next time.